Made You Look.
Let's talk about Made You Look. Alright, how did Made You Look happen? I remember I happened to be there when you had finished mixing it. You played it for me, and it was crazy. But how did the record happen? Like,
well, in between that period, after I did What Goes Around on Stillmatic, me and Nas used to be talking a lot. You know, he went through a lot of stuff. His mom's passed, and then he had a lot of issues with my peoples at the radio, and different things were coming up. But the reality was, we'd always be talking about, me and Nas are both from Queens. Akinelli was on his first record. Akinelli went to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that lived on his building, like that's how he was like, yeah, I seen Slick in such and such in Virginia. Slick went to junior high and high school. And so like, everybody that, Balkan was in his building, Balkan went to Edison with me. So it was kind of like we knew all the same people,
right.
But at the same time, we had different things. And then back to our pops, the people who in his pops band were the people who played on my pops record. So we knew all the same people. Actually, I was chopping up Apache, oddly enough, for Ricky Martin. I was working with Ricky Martin at the time, doing some stuff. I did a remix for him with more and some other stuff. And then I slowed it down, being the old Large Professor trick, especially when it was in the SP. Slow down the sample so you can make sure your chop is right on point.
Right.
So I pitch changed Apache, then I was slowing it down to make sure that my chop was on point. And when I hit it, it said boom, boom, and then everybody was in the other studio, and then the room next to the studio bust in like, yo! They rushed in like a BDP video. They rushed in like fucking My Philosophy video. I was like, yo, where did y'all come from? I was just moving to Miami. I was there, literally sitting in I had some sandals on, some shorts, and I'm just like, here, chopping up Apache for Ricky, and then boom, and it was like New York just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, alright, cool. So he was in Orlando at the time working. Alchemist was there. I think Large Pro was there. A couple people was around. And I was like, you know what? This is what we were talking about. What Flavor Flav would have been dancing to in that situation. So I played a call Left of Those Machine. He just hit me on the two-way. Had the crazy two-way.
Sky Pager.
Yo, come through, son. So boom, I jumped in the truck, drove to Orlando, and left the track with him. So I was on the track. I was thinking hypeness. At the time, Nori had a couple like Nothing and some hype records out, and I'm thinking all this energy because this beat now has, I just pretty much did the Apache chop, threw the bass line on it, and I was like, yo, this is all the energy. You can get on it. I called Curtis Blow. I was like, yo, you be flipping on niggas like windmills. That was the concept. I wanted to call it windmills, and I was working with Amy already, so I was like, I can have Amy sing some wind and sounding like I was thinking about Bad Boys, K-Love, I had you better be out these boys, and I don't think so good, I tell you. Yeah, I was like, yo, for real, we could do all this. Yeah. So you gonna write to? He's like, yeah, cool. So I broke out. I was like, all right, cool. I had to come to New York.
The beat was done. It was finished.
The basic loop of it, which was, the 4 bars and then the bass line part that I did. I basically took the hit and then pitched it, filtered it, and then pitched it to make the bass line. So once I had done that, I was like, yo, all this, I called Curtis, I'm coming to New York. 2 of my peoples got married the same week, so I came to New York for the weddings. Boom. Went back to Orlando, and I walk in, he's like, yo, you gotta play it for me. And he gets it on, and let's get it all in perspective. Listen, and I'm listening to it, and I'm like, so you come around like hype? Like, you gonna go in on like, but the rhyme, and he had all the way up to the first verse, and they shooting. I was like, but I didn't realize, just like I Ain't No Joke, and I Ain't No Joke.
Yeah.
He Rakim'd it. I was expecting him to go over the top.
Right.
Nas is the master at go to his pace and win. He's not gonna go on your court and play your game. He's gonna bring it to where he wanna sit and win. So, to all of our benefit, he didn't do what I said. He ran with what his instinct told him, which was to do they shooting.
Yeah.